Hey gaming fans, so for today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile, I have aliens. And I've actually done the alien deck before, so this is actually like kind of an upgrade or a little bit of a change to it, because I added in some new cards that I acquired. So let's get to the deck. So the first, just like in my first build, is Alien Ammonite. Hard one to say. Alien Ammonite. So basically, this is your tuner of the deck to get to your synchro, which is really what you're trying to do in this deck, is get your synchro guy out. So when this card is normal summon, you can special summon a level 4 alien from your graveyard and destroy it during the end phase. But that's okay, because you're going to synchro right away into the level 5 Cosmic Fortress Golgar. Then we have 3 of the Alien Dog. Now this helps because this deck is all about A counters and getting alien counters onto the field. So when you normal summon an alien monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, and when you do, place 2 A counters on monsters your opponent controls. And that's important because you're going to need those A counters. Unfortunately, he's only a level 3, so you can't rank up with him in this deck because I only play rank 4. But, you know, it's a 1500 body and it helps with link summoning. Then we also have 2 Tokaji. So these are your extenders pretty much to help you into your rank 4s. So you cannot be normal summoned or set, which kind of sucks because sometimes it could get stuck in your hand. When you normal summon a level 4 monster, you could special summon this card from your hand, and unfortunately also it cannot be used as synchro. But that's okay, we're not going to use him anyways. Then I got 1 alien kid. He's just a pretty good level 4. You get to place 1 A counter on all monsters special summoned to your opponent's side of the field, which in most cases is going to be a lot of monsters your opponent will have, unless you're going first. If a monster with an A counter battles an alien, it loses 300 attack and defense for each A counter. Now, unfortunately, with the A counters, only if there's a card on the field that gives that ability. Otherwise, the A counters do nothing. So as long as you got him out, the A counters will help reduce the attack of monsters on your side of or your opponent's side of the field. Then we got 1 alien telepath. He's just interesting. He's a level 4, and then once per turn you can remove a counter from your opponent's monster to destroy 1 spell or trap. And he gives that ability of all A counters reduced by 300. So he's okay. He's pretty good. I might even play 2 if I had to. Then we have 2 of the alien warrior, because you do need a lot of level 4 aliens in this deck. So this guy's like, oh, he's okay. He's an 1800 beat stick. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you place 2 A counters on the monster that destroyed it. So your opponent really has to think twice about destroying this guy. And then he gives that effect of the A counters reducing by 300. Then we have 2 rescue rabbits, because the next 3 cards are normal monsters. So the rescue rabbits will search out the 2 normal monsters and allow you to go into a quick XZ summon. So that's pretty much why they're in there. And then the alien shock trooper, just a 1900 alien, but he's pretty much needed for the deck. And then outside of the 4s, we have a new addition to this deck is Alien Mother, which is okay. I mean, it's a tribute monster. If this card destroys a monster with an A counter by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you get to special summon the destroyed monster to your side of the field at the end of the battle phase. So unfortunately you can't use him during that battle, but you still get to steal the monster. And when this card's removed from the field, destroy all monsters special summoned by this effect. So unfortunately when he gets destroyed, all the monsters he took with him from the grave are going to go back to the grave. And then the last alien of the deck is Alien Overlord. And this one's kind of neat. It's sort of like a chaos monster. You remove 2 A counters from anywhere on the field to special summon this card from your hand. And then once per turn, you could place 1 A counter on their face-up monster your opponent controls, and then they lose 300. So he's like your quick special summon, but instead of removing monsters from the graveyard, you just remove 2 A counters, and you get to special summon him. He's a 2200 beat stick. He puts the A counters, and he reduces all aliens, or all monsters with A counters by 300. The only downside to him is you can only control 1. I don't know why they did that. I think they figured he might have been too powerful or something, but yeah, so you can only have 1 on the field. And that's it for the monster lineup. So it's pretty hefty monster lineup. I think there's about 22 monsters last time I counted. So the spells, so our obvious Monster Reborn. Like I say all the time, you know, why not play that card? There's no reason not to. Code A, Ancient Ruins. So I play 2 of these because we do need some continuous spells and traps for your Golgar effect. So these are pretty good. Each time a face-up alien monster is destroyed, place 1 A counter on this card, and then once per turn you can remove 2 A counters from anywhere on the field, so it could be off your opponent's stuff, to special summon an alien from the graveyard. So that's pretty good, especially when you can special summon, you know, your big guys. Then we got 3 of the Mysterious Triangle. Kind of a fun card. It's a quick play. You destroy 1 monster on the field with an A counter, then you could special summon a level 4 alien from your deck. But then it gets destroyed during the end phase. So, I mean, this can help you out. It can get rid of your opponent's monster and then bring out a monster in defense mode in a pinch, and then, you know, at the end of the turn it will just die. But during your turn you can use it, and then you got your an alien on the board now for linking or Xyz or whatever you want to do with it. And then I got 3 of these new cards that came out, you know, not too long ago. A-Cell Recombination Device. This was the card that was missing from my first build, so I just ordered some in the mail. You target 1 face-up monster on the field, send 1 alien monster from your deck to the graveyard, and if you do, place A counters on that monster equal to the level of the sent monster. Then during your main phase, except this turn, it was sent to the graveyard. You could banish this card from the graveyard to add an alien monster from your deck to your hand. So this is exactly what this deck needed. I mean, you don't lose any advantage by playing this card, and you get to add a card, an alien monster from your deck to your hand after you use the effect on the next turn. Then for the last spell, I just decided on a Pot of Avarice, because you are going to be getting a lot of monsters into the graveyard, and you might need to recycle them back, especially if you've already used your Rescue Rabbit effect and you got 2 of them in the graveyard. If you draw the second one, you can potentially shuffle the other targets back in and make that card live again. Also, if you lose some of your Xyz monsters or whatever, your synchro monsters, you can shuffle them back into the deck. Then for the traps, we play a few traps. So I got 1 Offering of the Snake Deity. This is just okay. You destroy a reptile monster you control and 2 cards your opponent controls. So it's kind of like Icarus Attack if you've ever played that card. Then we got 2 Planet Pollutant Virus. So this is kind of like, well, I guess like the Crush Card Virus. It's all kind of like Torrential, Mirror Force, all in one. You tribute 1 alien monster. Then you destroy all face-up monsters without A counters your opponent controls, and then until the end of your opponent's 3rd turn, after activation, you place 1 A counter on each monster they summon. So every time they summon monsters, they're going to end up with A counters on it, which you're going to be able to use. Then we got Brainwashing Beam, which is just a simple effect. You select 1 monster with at least 1 A counter on your opponent's side of the field, take control of that monster, and then during the end phase, remove 1 A counter from the controlled monster, and if all A counters are removed from that monster, or the monster is destroyed, destroy this card. So, you know, if you got a monster with like 4 A counters on it, you pretty much have that monster for about 4 turns, so pretty good. Not that it would last that long. Then we got 2 Mass Hypnosis, similar to the Brainwashing Beam, but you have to have an alien monster on the field, so you activate only if you control an alien monster. Select and take control of up to 3 of your opponent's monsters that each have A counters on them. And then this card is destroyed during the end phase of the turn it was activated. So that could be detrimental. I mean, you could take 3 other monsters and you got 3 cards now that you can link into something. And for the last one, I threw in Safe Zone, only because I was trying to think of what would work with Fortress Golgar, and this can help protect some of your monsters while you're waiting to pull off your plays. So, you know, you can activate it, you can target your face-up attack position monster, and then that can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effects or by battle. Unfortunately, it cannot attack your opponent directly, but that's fine. And then the key to this card is when this card leaves the field, destroy that monster. And then when that monster leaves the field, destroy this card. So using Golgar's effect, if you activate this and target your opponent's monster, and then you bounce this back to your hand, your opponent's monster is destroyed. So that was the thought on that one. So that's the traps. So it's the extra deck. So like I was saying, we got the 2 Cosmic Fortress Golgars. So this is what you want to try and make really fast. And this is what I was talking about. Once per turn, you can select any number of face-up spell or traps and return them to the owner's hands, and then distribute 8 counters among monsters on the field equal to the cards returned. So this is where like returning this comes in handy. But you could also return any of the other continuous stuff, like the brainwashing stuff or the continuous spell cards. So you do need to have something that's face up on the field for him to activate his effect. And then once per turn, you can remove 2 8 counters from anywhere on the field to destroy 1 card your opponent controls. So this might even be a good card that if you pull him out to actually activate Safe Zone on, so that he stays alive for you to continuously do, you know, destroy your opponent's cards. You just won't be able to bounce this back to your hand because then you'll destroy him. So you have to be careful on that one. And that's it. Well, I actually threw in a Trishula Dragon of the Ice Barrier, just because if I can pull them out in a deck, I always like to try and have them in the extra deck. Just because, you know, if you get the 2 4s and then the Alien Ammonite out, you can get into a level 9. And then for the XEs materials, we have King of the Spheral Imps, so I put 2 of those in there. They're just 2 level 4 monsters, and then you could detach a material, add in a reptile monster from your deck to your hand. Pretty much every monster I think in the deck is a reptile, except for the Rescue Rabbit. All the rest are all reptiles, so they're all valid targets. And you'll probably grab your Alien Ammonite with this one. Then for just some generic, I threw in Abyss Dweller, Digusto, 101 Arc, Castel. Those are just my favorite lineup. And then for some links, like I said in previous videos, I don't have a whole lot of link monsters, so I just put in what I had. But you can, you know, mess around with this, is put in your best link monsters, because, you know, Borreload Dragon's a good one, but Boral Sword's better. So whatever you got to throw in there. This is just Borreload Dragon, Triple Burst Dragon, Power Coder Talker, Decode Talker, Underclock Taker, and Pentastag were just the ones I've chosen for this. Anyways, let me know what you think of the Alien deck. Like I said, this is just kind of like the second edition of this deck that I put together. I always like to hear your thoughts, and if you play Aliens, leave your comments down below. Hope you liked the video. Hope you subscribe. Talk to you later.